Hello and welcome to our new moon ceremony. The new moon is in Libra today, and I've been wanting to share a ceremony. This is a sacred practice of mine, and we get a lot of questions in our community on Twitch, just about, how to go about starting your practice. So I thought today would be a good day to share what I do in my practice. I'm no expert on any other methods other than my own. So maybe I do some things that are similar to what you've seen before. Maybe I do things a little bit differently. My practice is very intentional. Everything I do is for a very specific reason. And it's very special to me. I'm a sort of private person. I have a Scorpio moon and I'm a Pisces. So unless people directly ask me questions, I don't really volunteer information. I don't really offer pieces of myself in this way. So I'm coming to you today as a vulnerable person. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm a sound healer, a meditation coach, but I'm not any kind of expert. I'm just a regular person. So I have learned that I have, I think, a very specific message, for a very specific audience. So this, I think, will be intended for anybody who's been wanting to deepen their practice, especially if you're like a solitary practitioner or a solitary witch. When we think of witches, like stereotypically, we think of covens and gatherings and circles. And that is not my practice. I really commune with my guides. I have relationships, but they're with non-physical energies. So I do all of this exclusively on my own. And I thought that this would be helpful for anybody out there who also wants to start doing this on your own. So if you haven't done any kind of lunar ceremony before, I would like to share with you first, why it's important to me. And it's simply because I'm a person that forgets that time is a real thing. I'm a person that gets so deep in my own interests and deep in, all of the things that are going on in life that I forget that time is actually passing. I'm very out of touch with time. So the moon is a very steady, very constant, reminder of the energy and the way the energy moves, even when we're not paying attention. So during the new moon cycle, I release anything that isn't serving me, anything that will hold me back from creating something new. And then I do my practice in alignment with the astrological energies that are going on. Right now is huge in Libra energy. That's why I've got our beautiful Libra scales here. But our sun is in Libra, the moon is in Libra, Mercury's in Libra. So it's such a strong energy about relationships, about harmony, about bringing balance into your relationships and into your life. So this really felt like the perfect time, me being a very solitary person, very independent. My Mars and Venus are both in Aries, which is the polarity to Libra. So Libra is really strong medicine for me. It reminds me that it's inescapable. You can't avoid relationships. Not that I really try to avoid relationships. It's just something that doesn't really happen for me. So Libra energy reminds me to think about the good aspects of community. Even though it's something that I'm not directly a part of. So cultivating community, expressing gratitude for community, and things like that. The other aspect today is that this is a solar eclipse. So anytime the energy is eclipsed, I I'm not ever going to be a person to like tell you what to do. Let me set my tea aside. Let me start to set things up here while we talk, because I don't want this to be super long. But anytime the energy is eclipsed, for me, I don't set new intentions. If it's a full moon, I don't charge any crystals. The reason is because eclipsed energy is a little bit wonky. Like I tried to fight it. I had a teacher who, it was sort of the same thing. Like she was like, I don't work with eclipse energy. You feel free to do that if, you know, your guides are telling you it's okay and this is the right time. Just burning some frankincense here to get us started. But I was like, yeah, well, I'm not very good at following rules, so I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And I've, you know, normally on the new moon, we release and then we set new intentions, and we kind of do a little bit of spell work to start to call in those intentions. And I don't do that anymore at the eclipse because I've gotten mixed results. So we're not calling in intentions today. We are going to do a little bit of releasing, but we also want to honor the cycle. We want to honor the newness, like the fresh energy. And what the eclipse does for us is, I think of like retrograde energy as a time to like revise, to like recalibrate, like look back at your goals or look back at your intentions and reassess, recalibrate. When it's an eclipse, it's time to reflect. It's really time to reflect, because that eclipsed energy, I'm like given the visual of the energy coming at a strange angle, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how it feels for me, like in my body. That's how it feels as I'm setting my intentions. And so I just, you know, I work with it in that way. So what we're going to do today to honor the new moon and honor the Libra energy that's going on, we're going to first make an oil. So if you want to participate, that's the main reason I wanted to do this, so that you have, you know, a little bit of a guide to, if you don't know where to start, or you're new, or you've never done anything like this, before. So you can use any oils that you would like, but we're going to make kind of like a perfume oil, an anointing oil. And I've got us charging on some rose quartz here. But this is just carrier oil. It says it's mushroom extract. It's not. This is just a bottle. It's got jojoba oil in it. So you'll need a carrier oil. You can use regular olive oil. I wouldn't use extra virgin unless you want to smell like olive oil. But like regular olive oil is great. What's it called? Fractionated coconut oil, the kind of coconut oil that doesn't get solid. Jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, whatever you've got is fine. So you'll need a little bit of that. You'll need a small bottle to mix your perfume in. I'm using a few different, you can use 2 to 3 different essential oils. And I'm going to tell you the ones I'm using and why I'm using those, but really pick anything that calls out to you. I'm using patchouli because I love it. I especially love it during shadow season. Patchouli is beautiful for like breaking new habits and like releasing you from any energy that's like stuck. So I feel like I chose this intentionally because I have some stuck energy around relationships, some old beliefs that I'm just ready to let go of. They're just not serving me anymore. So I have patchouli, and then I have vanilla. Vanilla is so warm and it feels like home. And sometimes we think of it as like a romantic or like a sort of sexy scent. But vanilla for me is very much like home. And when I think of home, I think of the people that feel like home. And there are very few people like that in the world. And when we talk about calling in new relationships or trying to attract new people into my life. That's what I want. I don't want casual friends. I don't want the most people at the party. I want the truest people at my party. I want people that feel like home. I want people I can be myself around and laugh with and be silly with and say the wrong thing with. So patchouli, vanilla, and helichrysum. Helichrysum oil is, it comes from what's called the everlasting plant, the immortelle. Immortelle. It's an Italian word, so I think it's like immortelle. I wish I could say it more beautifully than that. But it's, for me, it opens my heart, it opens my solar plexus, and it opens my crown chakra. So it's got sort of like a sharp, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows kind of like what patchouli smells like, and vanilla, but helichrysum is a little bit of a sharper, like, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. Just slightly tangy. It's almost like orange peel. It's like very subtle, like floral orange peel. So those are the three that I'm using. So we're going to make that oil together. We're going to anoint with it, and then we're going to mix it with, I know I have like this giant hodgepodge of what looks like junk. So let's just kind of disassemble here. This is a little project, little fun, easy thing you can do. Grab a jar. You can see like about this size, grab some crystals. The things that I have selected to go in this jar. Oh, and salt too. Like if you have some sea salt. Oh, sorry, bumping everything. So sea salt is what we're going to put in there. And then we're going to mix with it a variety of things. So I have all of these items are representative of my community in some way. So I have a piece of white birch bark from my neighbor's tree. It was just laying on their sidewalk. I didn't like go attack their tree and steal it. But their neighbors I don't even talk to. Like they're just there. Like they seem like good people, and you know, I don't know. I'm not friends with them, but like they live in my neighborhood, and so it really was like calling to me as like the energy of being part of a community, even when you're not actively in the community, you know? Okay, hold on, I gotta look at my notes. I'm so sorry. So we talked about this. Okay, new moon. New moon is a clean slate, our last chance to release anything we don't want to carry into the next cycle because the energy begins to build with the waxing moon. That was in my notes and I completely forgot to talk about it. So there's that. Welcome to our very chaotic new moon ceremony. Libra is all about balance, relationships, community, harmony, expressing your art, which is another reason why we're doing this together today. The moon is in Libra, Sun, Mercury, all of that plus the eclipse calls our energy to our relationships. It's a time to reflect on where we need more balance in life and with whom. Okay, I think we're caught up now. Yes. Okay, so our jar. So you'll need sea salt, Himalayan salt, pink salt, like whatever kind of salt you have. We're going to fill it like halfway and then add some other items. So I've got my birch bark that I was almost going to talk about for way too long. I have a turkey vulture feather from my Reiki master. I was given a whole bunch of these and I'm just very honored to be the keeper of this energy. And so that's going to be kind of like a decorative flourish. I have this really lovely like abalone spoon from my mom. I have this really beautiful rainbow organite pyramid from a dear friend of mine. I have this very cute tiny little lollipop. I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a rave or like a music festival. We give these little trinkets out. Like there's all kinds. There's little tiny ducks. There's little tiny, like just really tiny, like cute trinkets to just, spark joy. And it's beautiful. And I love the rave community. I love the EDM community in general. Electric Forest is my jam. Like, that's my number one home. So that's going in there. I've got seashells, and I don't know if you can see, but these are seashells that are like stuck inside another shell. Like, oh, one just came out with some sand. Oh, this bitch is like, I am independent. Don't stick me in there. I am independent. Well, hey, that's me too, sweetie. And guess what? We're all part of a community. We're all part of the collective. We are all one. That's what Libra reminds us of. We are all one. We are all connected. And it's worth your time. It's worth your energy to cultivate relationships in a way that feels really good and really balanced. So what else do we have? I've got over here. Sorry, I have to tip the scales. I can't leave that like that for any amount of time. That's going to drive me crazy. So we have to rebalance. There we go. I have this really beautiful tea. This is lavender and chamomile tea from a neighbor. This was actually given to us. I did not just take it. These are neighbors that we know and interact with and, hang out with. And they're very sweet, very kind people. I'm very blessed to have wonderful neighbors. They share their leftover dinner with us. They send us the tea. And so I thought that would be really beautiful to add into our jar. I also wanted to talk about what they're about. I don't know why I'm looking at my notes. I was looking at my notes for whatever I wrote about chamomile and lavender, but chamomile is soothing. Chamomile is very heart healing, very heart opening. And lavender is about cleansing, purifying. So I'm really, really working on my heart chakra, which is also why it's in this green serpentine bowl. I'm really trying to open up my heart chakra to let more love out, because I have so much love in my heart and it's just kind of hanging out. I want to share it and I just don't know how to do that. So we've got those. We've got a tiny, tiny citrine generator. This is for solar plexus opening. Libra energy also feels so much to me like inner child healing, inner child energy, being fun, being creative, being just wanting to have fun, just wanting everybody to have a good time and just play together. So that's going in there. I have some coffee grounds. I know this is a lot of stuff. Like, please don't feel like you have to put this much stuff in your jar or bowl or whatever you're using. Like, I'm a Pisces. I'm indecisive. I want everything. And I don't really care how it looks. So sorry to any Libras that are participating. I know Libra is very much about aesthetic and wanting it to be beautiful, and I just want everything to be included, and I don't care if it looks like mush or shit. So I've got coffee grounds because coffee is such a social thing for me. Coffee is how I communicate with my guides. I pour a little extra cup of coffee for my ancestors that have passed, for my grandmother, my granny, my auntie, my pawpaw. Like, coffee is just part of ceremony for me in the first place. And it's always been a thing in my family. Like, when you're having big feelings, you go to Denny's and you sit and you have coffee at midnight. When you are celebrating something, you have a nice big dinner and then you have a cup of coffee and you sit around and you sort of bask in the energy of your achievement or accomplishment or whatever. So we've got coffee grounds, and then I think this is my last item here. Oh, I have two more. I have two crystals. This is morganite. This is representative of my partnership, my husband, my family. Very strong, very powerful, enduring love that I'm infinitely grateful for every single day. And then I have this Tibetan anhydro. This is all about healing. So I feel like so much of us, especially if you're a solitary person, especially if you are, I don't want to say antisocial, but like if you're solitary. If you aren't really connected with your family, or I feel like for so many of us, especially those of us that are healers and light keepers, there's a lot of ancestral stuff like coming through, like to be healed. And that's sort of how I feel about this anhydro quartz crystal. And hydro means, if you don't know, that it has water inside. Like there's a little pocket of water and it's got a circle on it. I know it looks like I'm just drawing on my crystals, but it's circling the pocket of water that is in the crystal. So ancient water being my number one primary healer. And then I've got some sweetgrass that my sister brought me from Kentucky. And I think that's it. Oh my gosh. And then a flower. This flower is from my son's high school. I was there yesterday to watch him play a soccer game. And they had these beautiful flowers growing. And I was thinking about school. School was not for me. I hated school, every minute of it. The people were the worst part. School was a nightmare for me, but like watching him grow and thrive and, build all of these relationships and have the kind of experience that I always wanted to have, I was just really grateful for that. So this little flower from the school to honor that community as well. So we've got all of this stuff. We're going to make our perfume. We're going to make our bowl. And then we're going to do something fun, a little meditative practice together. I'm going to try and not knock my shit over as I'm telling you about it. So I have this moon water. This is from the 2 moons ago, right? The Aquarius moon. I think it was from the Aquarius moon. But this is full moon water. And I know it's in a tequila bottle. All good things are. But we are going to release anything that we don't want anymore into the water. So if you want to start to think about that, start to think about what you would like to release, anything that's holding you back. And it doesn't have to be specifically around relationships. That's a great place to start, just to give yourself a point of focus. But it doesn't necessarily have to be about relationships. But anything holding you back, for me, it's like fear of judgment, fear of being seen, fear of saying the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. Fear of saying the wrong thing, fear of people not getting me. That's like just historically like been my experience. Like people just don't really get me, and that's okay. I think a lot of that is the reason why I just kind of keep to myself, is because I automatically assume that you're not going to get me. And that's not fair. I'm like cutting myself off, and we don't need to be doing that. So I'm ready to let go of it. It protected me for a time, and now I'm done with it. So I'm going to let that go. So whatever it is that you would like to let go of. So let me get rid of some of this stuff. And how are we going to release it to the water? Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. So we've got... Dun, 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 dun. All right. I'm going to, at the very end, pour some of the water into our beautiful singing bowl. This is the heart chakra bowl. And while I'm playing the bowl with the water inside, send anything you want to release to the water. I'm going to set it right up here. You're going to be able to see it. You'll be able to see the vibration of the water in the bowl as we play. So it really gives you a focal point, like where to send that fear of being seen, where to send that resentment for someone who hurt you, where to send that stale energy from like a parent that was abusive, anything you don't want anymore about your relationships. Just let it go. Let the water dissolve it. Let the vibrations dissolve all of that. And then I won't do it like on camera, but I'm going to pour this water into a jar and then save it, and I use it to water my plants. So, is that it? I think that's it. I think we've explained everything. And I think it's time to just get started. All right, so let's move some things out of the way. I wonder if this will work. This would be like super cute if I could get it to, oh my gosh, is it gonna? Yeah, oh, that's really cute. Does it look, hold on, let me check the camera. That looks pretty cute. I like it. All right. Oh, the last thing I had. Oh, I was going to tell you about this. If you have a bracelet, if you have a crystal that you would like to charge with your intentions also, I picked kunzite. Kunzite is, for me, the stone of relationships. It's about healing emotional wounds. It's about healing toxic relationships. It's about healing, balancing your energy between somebody else's. It's all of those things. So I'm going to charge this with some fresh energy at the end. So let's see how far we get. Because I think I might have been too ambitious. I was like, I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. And I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it under 30 minutes, but we're going to try. We're going to see what we can do. Oh, and the other thing for your jar, like a little candle, just a little tea light candle, or whatever, to go in your salt bowl. But we'll talk about that. Okay, so we first need to cleanse. First, so I will just mention, if you are someone who has not held ceremony before, I feel like I wouldn't be doing the right thing if I didn't mention, like, if you're going to go do this, please clear your space, either with, you can use the visualization, you can visualize light. Selenite is a beautiful crystal for clearing. You can like cast a circle to work in safely, but something to clear the energy. Today I'm using frankincense. Frankincense is my number one, my go-to. And I have already called in, so I do call in the guardians of the four directions. And I've already done that. I've already opened my circle. I did that before I started filming, just to make sure that we are fully safe, fully protected. All of our guides are here, mine and yours. Whenever you see this also, so this is like timeless. This is a ceremony that you can do for any eclipse, any new moon eclipse. So don't feel like this is only good for October 2nd, 2024. This is really fine for anytime. Okay. So called in the directions. All right. So let's cleanse our bottle here. And I'm going to use Yerba Santa to do that. You can also use, if you have like a stick, you know, like stick incense, you can use that. Yerba Santa. And you just kind of hold the vessel over the smoke. You can tuck it in there if you'd like. Oh, delivery truck outside. And just let it flow, just let it flow. Filling with smoke. Do the cap as well. I also have one of these cool little rolly balls. So like when we're all done, you like cap it and then you've got like a little perfume roller. That's how I like to use them, because I use mine as perfume. Like that'll be what I wear every day for the cycle. So that's the other thing too, like whatever oils you're choosing, make sure that you like the way they smell, because you're going to be wearing this. You're going to be using this on your crystals. You're going to be using this on your body, on your, you know, whatever you want to use it on. I do feel like we need to like call in though. I'm going to do some rattle. Before we do the releasing. There we go. I feel better now. The power of a bell. So, put your carrier oil aside. You want to do that last. I'm going to start with patchouli. And every step of this is very intentional. You know, like, stay mindful, stay in this moment. So, like, before we even go any further, let's do that. Let's take a couple breaths. I just noticed I was clenching my shoulders so hard for like not any reason. I don't know why. So let's do another one together. Deep breath in. And release. Give yourself permission to drop the shoulders away from the ears, to drop the jaw open. Relax any tension in the neck and the jaw, around the eyes. Sometimes we have like furrowed brows and we don't even realize it. Like our foreheads are stressed out even though we don't notice. So just kind of take a moment. You can even like use your hands and just kind of push around on your face, push, you know, on your chest, on your shoulders, on your neck. Okay, there we go. That's better. So every step of this, very intentional, staying mindful. And remember your intention for choosing your oil. And, you know, this time I did choose mine like pretty intentionally, at least the vanilla and the patchouli. Like I knew for sure that I wanted those. The helichrysum, I went like I just went and grabbed. So I just kind of let my intuition guide me. I just let my hand sort of pick whichever essential oil from the cabinet, whichever herb from the apothecary. So it's up to you. It's up to you what you would like to use. But that's the way that I select things most of the time. I let my hand do the picking and then I look up what it's for. Some things I just remember, like patchouli and vanilla. Other things I have to look up, like the helichrysum. I needed to look it up. I was like, oh, interesting. I haven't used this in a long time. I wonder what it's for. And actually what it's for didn't even resonate with like what I've been using it for. So like for me, it's solar plexus, heart, and crown. Like that's where I can feel the activation of the energy. So for you, it might be different. So I know I'm talking like way too much about things that we're not doing. So let's just start pouring our oil. So patchouli for me is about releasing fear, releasing stuck energy, releasing toxic patterns, breaking old habits. And I like patchouli kind of a lot, so I'm going to use quite a bit. And I'm not going to like fill it all the way because, you know, this is for one moon cycle. I'll use this until, I don't know, till the full moon, maybe. Probably longer. Probably all the way until the next new moon. So vanilla for warmth. And this one is nice. This is like one of those dropper bottles where I can actually watch the drops. I popped the top off of my patchouli a long time ago just because I need it in mass quantities. I don't have time for this drippy drop stuff. But with each drop, I'm thinking of the people around me that already feel like home. I'm thinking about the friends in my life that I can just be myself around. Kind of doing like one drop for each of them. And knowing that more are on the way. The right relationships, the right friends, the right partnerships. Everything is on the way. Oh, beautiful. More vanilla. Okay, and a little bit of helichrysum. It is pretty pungent. All right, let's just kind of shake that up. It's very patchouli forward. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I need more vanilla though. This is also a great thing to drop a little teensy weensy crystal in if you have like a tiny chip stone. Would be great to drop in the bottle. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. All right, so I'm going to add my carrier oil. And I do something like maybe like a 60-40 mixture, like 40% essential oil, 60% carrier oil. I don't know if that's right or accurate or whatever, but that's what I do. Oh, I'm gonna pop on my little roller top there, shake it up. Okay, and let's see. Oh my God, it smells amazing. It smells warm. Oh, kind of smells like hippies. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So this, yeah, let's charge this with our intentions too. And I'm focusing just on gratitude. Just focusing on gratitude, grateful for the relationships that I have in my life. Not feeling pressure to create new ones. Just feeling really blessed and really grateful for the people in my life. And knowing that as I express appreciation for those people, the right people will be attracted to me, to us. So, set that aside. Get rid of these things here. Oh my gosh. I haven't even had a sip of tea this whole time. Holy crap. I have blueberry wild child. Isn't that like such a Libra tea to drink? Smelling, smelling, smelling. The reason that we make these, the reason that I make an oil, I mean, that's something that my teacher has always done, but like making an oil, giving yourself a scent association to your intention or to your practice can help hold that vibration for you. So it takes like 7 or 10 sniffs of something for it to like activate your limbic system, for your like your olfactory bulb to like trigger your memories, to like to trigger natural responses in the brain, so that when you smell this, and you know, as you're using this for the next month or so, as you're using it, like it will constantly bring you back to this moment, to this ceremony, to this practice. The scent being also something to bring you into the moment. Like essential oils are very grounding. Grounding meaning calling you from your busy mind into this moment, not worried about the future, not, you know, regretting all the things that happened yesterday. Like, oh my gosh, that smells amazing. And like really connecting you with your body in this moment. So if you were wondering the reason why we're making a perfume, you're like, oh, that seems extra. That's why we do it. Or that's why I do it. All right, now let's make our jar. And set the things aside. Curious how that flower is going to go because it's not fully dried yet. I thought it would be dried by now, but it's not, so that's okay. Also, I don't know if my little pyramid's going to make it. My giant pyramid, I mean. I don't know if there will like really be room. But that's okay, we're going to see. We're going to just figure this out as we go. Where's my lighter? So, let's clear this out. Sacred vessel number 2. Oops, wait. So, here we go. And letting the smoke just cleanse the vessel of any lingering energy. It's not just, you know, when we burn plants for their smoke, the smoke is cleansing and clearing, but also there are certain herbs and plants that the intention is to consecrate something or to designate as sacred. And that's what I use Yerba Santa for. Yerba Santa and also copal. More than for cleansing and clearing, I use them for designating this as a sacred vessel. And then let's use our turkey feather here, turkey vulture feather, and just kind of waft that smoke over all of your ingredients. Beautiful. Oh, we're missing some. We're missing some because I have so many ingredients. What the fuck? All right. Oh, beautiful. And you can kind of feel the energy shift. Like you can sort of feel when it's done. Oh, and we've got some ash in there. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So let's start with the salt. Salt being something that will perpetually cleanse. So salt absorbs negative energy. Salt is cleansing. This is sea salt. I think I'm probably just gonna use the rest of it. Yeah. Oops. A little more in there. All right. And oh, our pyramid's not going to make it, but that's okay because I will just put this on my altar. So everything that I'm making is going to go on my new moon altar space. I'll put a picture of that in the Discord if anyone is interested. But what we're making here will be transferred over there. So I'll just use this. I'll just use that over on my altar and not in this actual bowl. And that's okay. I kind of figured that might happen. Okay, so what should we do next? Feeling like the coffee grounds. Coffee grounds. And I'm gonna do a scoop for my ancestors. For each of them. Let's mix it up. Oh, that's beautiful. Smells like coffee. It's beautiful too because it looks like it's black. Like, so it looks like black and white salt. And it's really pretty. Oh, I love it. It's going great. Thank you, coffee grounds. Okay, and then let's add... I kind of want to... I don't want all the crystals to like be on top. I want to like tuck some things in, I think. Let's do sweetgrass next. Kind of pinch it up a little bit. You can use whatever herbs you've got, you know, if you don't have anything like in your apothecary, if you just want to use like some like thyme, some like oregano, cinnamon, all of those are great. Mix that in there. And our chamomile lavender tea, which also contains lemongrass and oat straw. Lemongrass for me feels very solar plexus healing as well, and oat straw, very heart opening, also for abundance. All right, let's start dropping in our little things. Actually, I wanted to do, well, I don't know if it's gonna work. I already put my top on and it's hard to get off, so I'm just gonna like do some of my rollerball on the bark. I'm gonna do some on the shells. Both of the shells are our Rebel Independent shell and our Big Mama shell. So put that there. I have a tiny piece of selenite that is just nice to have in any kind of bowl like this, to keep it constantly cleared. I'm gonna tuck our little generator there and our little lollipop, and let's put our anhydro over here. Same thing with our morganite. I don't know if it's gonna fit, and that's okay. Oh, you know what I did want to add though? I wanted to put some rose petals and I forgot. Let me grab some rose petals. Okay, this is definitely not going to be a half an hour. I am the slowest person. Okay, so we've got a couple rose petals here. These are sacred petals. Anytime we have a special occasion, anytime there's a milestone, anytime there's roses involved, I always save the rose petals. All of that beautiful, loving energy works well in spells, all kinds of spells. Okay, and then let's do this little flower. Just tuck, kind of gonna tuck it on the side, so maybe it'll dry out a little more. Maybe I'll just put it on the top, kind of drape over the top like that. What do you think, Libras? What do you think? Where are my artists? I'm an artist in the way that I like to make art, not in the way that I make beautiful art, just in the way that I like art. All right, this is beautiful. Sorry, Morganite. Sorry you didn't make it in there. That's all right. Still gonna make it to the altar. And last but not least, tuck in our feather. And there we go. This is our little community love bowl. I don't know what to call it. But that's the intention for it, is to just be a reminder that we are all connected, that we are all one, that there is love underneath all of this. We all feel like we're so different, we're so disconnected, we're on different missions, we have different purposes, but like we really are all one. So this is something that you can keep for the whole month. Keep on your altar every time you light this candle, every time you use your oil. You'll be reminded of that energy. You'll be reminded of what this eclipsed Libra energy is asking you to reflect on. Where do you need more balance in your relationships? Where do you need more balance in your life? Where do you need more harmony, more peace, more beauty? So let's do that. Let's do a little bit of rattle. And as I rattle, Allow yourself to gaze in the flame and just reflect. Reflect in an observatory way, not in a not a harsh way, not a critical or judgmental way. Really gentle reflection on the different aspects of your life. And anything that's not serving you, imagine it becoming unstuck. Releasing whatever is holding you back for more peace, more balance, more beauty. Give me one more minute here. Oh, I had notes. Okay, more than a minute because I'm going to tell you about my notes. So many things came up when I was trying to think of what to release. The waning cycle is good for releasing energy, even if it's an eclipse. So, like, we're just now coming into the new moon energy. So it's always a good time to release up until the moon starts waxing. And you can release past trauma. You can release fear of being seen, fear of being weird, fear of being judged. Or maybe it's judgment on your end. You can release the need to judge a situation because you don't have all the answers. You can release the need to judge somebody else before they judge you. Whatever's holding you back. Allowing it to detach from your energy. And whoa, now all of that energy we just unstuck, let's give it to the water. Sip of tea. Blueberry Wild Child. I don't know how to make this shorter. Like, how did people do things fast? I'm baffled. I'm baffled how people just like get in, get out, just like quick and dirty, just do it. Like, I guess I'm just like not, I'm a slow person. And I guess I'm here for any other slow people with me. Crystal we have in here is bronzite. And let me scooch this up a little more here. Make sure you can see what we're doing. Oh yeah. So the crystal is bronzite and it's for clearing. I love bronzite. Like, it's kind of like obsidian. It'll clear out, transmute any yucky energy. So as we pour water, moon water, not tequila, into our bowl, just kind of feeling that energy of cleansing, that energy of healing, that energy of washing away what does not serve. So here we go. Whatever's holding you back, send to me. Send to me anything that's not serving you, anything you want to release, so the healing vibrations can dissolve it. Send it into this bowl to be transmuted by this water, and then think of it no more. Know that it's gone. Trust that it's gone. Allow yourself to feel lighter. As you allow all of that sticky energy to be pulled away gently. A few more breaths. Last call. Anything you want to give to the bowl, give to the water. And we're going to let all of this beautiful compost water feed the plants. All that sludgy, sticky, yucky stuff. I'm so obsessed with the thought, like the idea, the concept of energetic compost, of your energetic, low vibration bullshit, for lack of a better phrase, like just the junk, just the gunky, sludgy gunk that's just stuck in our energy, like intentionally detaching from it and giving it somewhere to go that will be used to create new life, to support new life. Isn't that beautiful? Like, really. So I wasn't going to do this on camera, but I'm feeling brave. I'm going to just use a little incense. This is white sage and Palo Santo incense. I'm going to consecrate our vessel. Okay. you. Oh, she's still smoking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's still smoking. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, that was the perfect amount of water. Wait, almost. Let's see. I don't want to keep my bronzite in there because I use this bronzite quite a bit. Let me see if I can get the rest in here. Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I love it. So, seal this up. This will also go on the altar. Ooh, I'll probably just keep my bronzite on top. I love that. So this will go on the altar. And then our last thing, oh, sorry, very last thing here, is charging. So if you have a crystal, if you have a rock, if you have a trinket, if you have jewelry, anything that you would like to charge with all of this beautiful, oh, excuse me, beautiful energy, beautiful intentions. Now is a great time to do that. Oh my God, we're not done. We have chimes. So anytime you release, so we just released all of this junk water, right? We just released all of this stuff. So as you're feeling like free and open, think about where you do have balance. Think about where you do have harmony in your relationships. And that's what we're going to charge this intention with. So even if it's only like one good relationship, think about all of the best things about that relationship. Start to call memories forward, like positive memories, anything that like opens your heart space, anything that makes you feel seen and held and heard and nurtured and loved. Give that to whatever it is that you're charging. And I'm going to play some chimes for you. This really is the most important part of the ceremony. And I like really almost just like was like, okay, bye. Deuces. Have a nice day. So what we're doing right now, let me give you your candle back. Let me give you our focal point here in the flame. And you're thinking about not just where you have balance, not just where you have harmony, not just the relationships that you enjoy, but also what do you like about yourself? The relationship to yourself is critical. Self-love must come first, which is what I'm always preaching, which why I'm so like weird about relationships with other people, because I'm like, aren't you enough on your own? Which is a crazy thing. Like, we are inextricably entwined with the community. But first, you have to love yourself. So what do you love about yourself? What do you love about the way you show up in relationships? Because now that you've got room in your energetic field with everything that you've just released, what do you want to grow? What do you want to zoom in on within yourself that you love and help it grow, help it blossom, help it thrive? Just breathe into it. And see yourself in perfect balance with your life. See yourself in perfect harmony. See yourself showing up with an open heart, with an open mind in all your relationships, in all your interactions, whether they're people you know or they're strangers, at the gas station or whatever. Here we go. So that is our ceremony for today. My goal of 20 to 30 minutes turned into an hour. No one is surprised. I'll do my best to edit it down to something much quicker. But thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me kind of process things out loud and figure it out as we go. I know I said like to dump it in the bowl and we're not going to talk about it anymore, but like really for me, what I released was like feeling that my voice is not important enough to share. Like recently that's been how I'm feeling. Like many days leading up to today, that's how I felt. I felt like my voice is not important enough for so long that it became an excuse to not do what I've always been called to do, which is share my gifts with the collective. So I've released that. It's going to be plant food now, along with whatever you released. And I appreciate that we can share this together. So thank you very much for being here. So much love to you and for your journey, and so much respect and honor for what you're doing in your life. However you're showing up is perfect. And the last thing for Libra, we need your art. Whatever it is that you feel called to create, please create it. Even if no one's done it before, especially if no one's done it before, do things your way and share them. I'm infinitely inspired by people that create all kinds of things, not just like painting art or drawings, but graphic art and, little, like all, like there infinite possibilities for what you can make. And I want to see all of it. So, thank you very much. If you enjoyed this, please, share in the comments, maybe share what kind of oils you used, what kind of ingredients you put in your bowl. We also do have a Discord server. If you would like to join our Discord server, the link is in the bio, or link is in the video description. And we also have a Twitch community. So I do tarot readings live on Twitch a couple of times a week, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really beautiful community, a lot of supportive, encouraging, loving energy. So the link is in there as well if that's something you would like to join. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Many blessings to you. Please take care.